Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing good. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you a very simple protective style that you can do on days you want to do a protective style but you don't want to add extensions to your hair. It's easily my go-to, and the amazing thing is that it looks good on guys too. Like, I've seen guys install this and it's always so beautiful, and there are so many nuances, so many like unique techniques that you can apply depending on how you want it to look. The beautiful thing again I love about this particular protective style is that the older that it gets, the more locked it looks. It looks like you locked your natural hair, and I am so excited to be sharing this with you because this is one protective style that is so good on 4C hair. I mean, the kinkier your hair is, the more beautiful and the more naturally locked that it would look. So be sure to watch this video to the end and make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and tap the bell beside the subscribe button to get notified whenever I post a new video. So let's get right into it.
Girl, you're so hot like summer, and I don't wonder what that lava. You give me feels when you do, no one can do it like you.
As with all protective styles, you want to start on freshly washed hair. So this is my hair. I washed it 2 days prior to filming this. One important thing to note as well is to make sure your hair is not so damp. So I waited 2 days to install this because in as much as I wanted my hair to be moisturized, you don't want it to be so damp. You want it to be a bit frizzy because that is when you get the best out of this hairstyle, right? So in this particular clip, I had done a good portion of the back of my head, and you know, I'm about to show you how I did the rest using the front portion of my hair. Also, if you notice, I love this in very big sections. So if you have very fine or your hair is not on the dense side, you can make your portions or your sections smaller just so it gives you a very full look. I also want to give the original creator of this hairstyle her flowers, Lilian Okibe. I'm going to link the tutorial in the description, but this one is more of like what I've realized that works for me. I like mine this way, so you can always check the link in the description box to watch hers. If you like hers better, that's amazing. Okay, so first thing that you would do is to part your hair. Now for this hairstyle, I highly recommend from experience that you don't focus on making your patterns extremely neat as if you want to get a full protective style, if you get what I mean. Yes, you can part your hair, but don't focus on making the patterns extremely neat. That's why I'm using my fingers to part through, because remember that these are like what we call temporary locks. I call it temporary locks because of the way that it looks. So my aim and my focus here was to make sure that even though I am parting it, I am not over parting it. That way, as it gets older and you know the patterns begin to close, it looks more naturally locked. So when you're done parting out the preferred size of the section you want to work on, what you do is that you start braiding your hair as you would normally do, right? Divide your hair into 3 just like I'm doing right now, and then start braiding. Now towards the roots of your hair, you want to braid as closely as possible, right? Just like I'm doing. And when you've braided like 3-4 times, you then start to braid loosely. Now this is where preference comes in. If you want the locks or this particular style to look super like real locks as it gets older, I highly recommend that you make the loose braids extremely loose. You could see that mine, I'm making it loose but not as loose as that of Lilian's is, or you know, as loose as it can be. So the looser you make it, the more it's more likely to look like, you know, extremely locked hair as it gets older. So as you're braiding, when you get to the ends of your hair, what I like to do is I now twist it and then I twirl. I twist and twirl just to make sure the ends of my hair don't unravel. You can use shea butter as you twirl that part just to make sure it doesn't unravel, but I didn't use shea butter because my hair was already moisturized and I didn't see the need to use it. But you can use it if your hair is very frizzy and, like I said, you want it to look extremely like locks as it gets older. So that's what it looks like when I'm done braiding. Again, just bring out the size of section of hair you want to braid. Then you want to start by braiding a bit tightly at the roots, not so tight that it hurts your scalp, you get what I mean. And then make it like 3 to 4 braids, braid like 3 to 4 times. And then as you come towards the middle parts of your hair, braid as loosely as desired. And remember, the more loose it is, the more it looks like locks when it gets older. I just like the size of the looseness, if there's anything like that, the size of the looseness as I'm doing it, right? And then as you're braiding, when you get to the ends of your hair, you can either twist first of all and twirl, or you can continue to braid and just twirl. But mine, I love it when I just twist first of all and then I twirl it at the ends, just to make sure the ends do not unravel eventually. So when you get to the front part of your hair, you're now going to decide based on your personal preference on whether you want a center part or a side part. Some people would want to part the front part of their hair in such a way that they can either do a center part or a side part. Personally, I'm not a fan of side parts. I always do center parts, so that's why you see mine center parted. So when you get to the front, take into consideration that you would be parting your hair the way that you want to occasionally style it. So this is what it looks like after I have installed it. I love it so much. It was looking so juicy. I love this size. You know, the first time that I tried this, I did smaller sections and it came out nice, but boy, I think I prefer this size. So whatever size that works for you, please go ahead and do it. One thing I love about this hairstyle is the versatility that comes with it. Just like, you know, our natural hair is versatile. So, you know, most styles that we install are always versatile. So I like to style it in 3 major ways. You can choose to play around with your hair. The first style is me just taking the upper section of my hair and then tying it this way. It's always so beautiful. I love it. And I love it at any stage it is. Like this stage, I just freshly made it, and even as it gets older, you know, the older it gets, the more juicy and amazing it looks. So chef kiss. Another way that I like to style it is just to put like 2 buns at the upper part of my hair, just like I'm doing. This particular style is one that I really love. I just pack the upper section of my hair and let it fly. You know, I get a lot of compliments and people always think my hair is naturally locked whenever I wear this particular style. I think it's because it's giving that lock vibe, and they're like, oh my god, what kind of locks are these? Who locked your hair for you? You know, all those type of things. Just to re-emphasize the versatility of this hairstyle, now this particular clip, I made this one like 2 to 3 months prior. It was another time that I made it, but this time around when I was braiding, I braided very loosely, so this was how it looked like right after I braided. So that was what I was saying, that the more loose your braids are, the more naturally locked it will look as it gets older. And mind you, this was like right after I finished. It's not even up to 1 week, so you can imagine how it would look like if it was like 2 weeks. Gorgeous. So if you want it to look more lock-like, make the braids more loose or looser, if that makes sense. So let me know in the comments if you're going to be trying this hairstyle, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video with a fellow naturalista. Be sure to check out these other videos, you're going to enjoy them, and I will see you in my next video. Take care of yourself. Bye.